Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Today we are going to do something a little bit different. At the end of this, please let us know if you liked it or not. But we've been receiving a lot of relationship advice emails, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter. I've even had people post it on my Instagram. Have you had that?
I've even had people tell me in person, they're like, hey, I'm your biggest fan.
It's true.
By the way, so what happened was me and my girlfriend, we just broke up and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of awkward because I barely met you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, I just from the videos, I feel like I really know you. So I just wanted to, I'm like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, so we wanted to reach out to you guys because there's a lot of messages that we do read, yes, we actually read them, that I felt that really connected with me, he felt really connected with him, and we want to share our 2 cents with you guys. So again, let us know what you think of it in the comments below. If you liked it, say, yeah, keep doing these. If you hated it, say, scratch it. We don't want it. You suck. Jump off a building. I'm just kidding.
That's mean.
I know, I'm just kidding. They're nice. They would never say that.
True that.
Okay, so I recently received a message on my Facebook, my fan page, and I'm gonna leave the sender. I'm gonna leave them anonymous. And this is what she wrote. She says, I've been dating my boyfriend since around early 2008. That's about 4 to 5 years now.
It's a long time.
Yeah, we've been in a long distance relationship because we both attended 2 different universities. I was in Canada, he was in Australia. So they made it through the long distance relationship, and now they currently live in Hong Kong because that's where they both work.
Oh, cool.
You're like my message hype man.
Yeah, because they're apart,
yeah,
and now they're together.
Yeah, that's like really rare. Yeah. That's already like awesome. Recently, like around June, he's been starting his new job, and he has really awkward hours. So he'll work from 8 to 10 every day, or on Saturdays he'll work until 5-ish. So it's been hard to see each other, and I often go to his place to have dinner, so it's never really been us two, it's always us two plus his family or his friends. So what is happening is that these past couple months, he's brought up the fact that he doesn't have time to spend with me that he used to, because he works now and he needs to allocate the other time to his friends and his family. And I totally get it, honestly, but it's the way he goes about it that's very confusing. He's like, I feel like I've been treating you badly. I've been wasting your time. I feel confused and frustrated. And she just goes on to say that they had this family get together that she wasn't at, and then the following day she asked him, hey, so how was this event? Like, how was the party? And he said, oh, you know what? It ran pretty late. I went straight home. And then at a family dinner, because they always have dinner together, one of the cousins asked her boyfriend, hey, so where did you end up that night of that party? And he goes, oh, and he turns to his girlfriend, the person that wrote me the message, and says, I kind of hung out with a friend instead.
Ooh.
So, yeah, he basically lied, and he said that he did one thing when reality he did something else. And his reasoning for that was, well, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. And now she's kind of stuck thinking, well, what else have you lied about to not hurt my feelings?
Right.
And she's kind of confused as to what to do because she says she's really scared and she's afraid that he's kind of like giving up on the relationship. Sad.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I feel everything that she wrote to me, I feel like that's something that she should be telling him directly, like verbatim. Every single thing that she told me, I feel like she should definitely sit him down and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is what you're doing to cause me to feel this way. And I really can't say too much about it because I only know her side. Like, I don't know if
we can only base it off her side, though.
Right. So just based off of what she's telling me, it just kind of sounds like there's obviously lack of communication. Because he feels like he can't go up to her and say, hey, you know what, I want to spend time with my friends. He feels like he has to lie about that. Not to justify the lying, that's never right, but just from the sound of it, there's just no communication there. And I've actually been in a relationship that was similar to this. We didn't do the long distance thing, but it got to a point in the relationship towards the end of it where he, I guess, was kind of giving up. And I was like still trying to fight for it. So he would give a lot of excuses and put a lot of blame on himself to like I guess help me see that I don't want to be with him anymore. Because I guess he didn't have like the backbone to like break up with me.
This is actually really normal. What I've seen a lot, especially like these young professionals, what happens is like you have your high school sweetheart or college sweetheart or whatever, like whoever you fell in love with early on in life, right? And you guys do that, see each other maybe like once a week, a couple times a week type of thing. And then once you enter your profession, now you're like very passionate and you spend a lot of time in your profession. And then now you're a working professional and you're making money, and now you can actually call yourself independent and you're making moves in life. And because you've established that that relationship early on, you kind of have it on autopilot. So now you're just like, well, I have a girlfriend and now I have money, so now I want to hang out with my friends. Like regardless if he's cheating on her or not, I don't even want to like, I don't want to jump to conclusions or anything. Let's not even put that there. But the type of mentality that people get into, it's easy for them to just like let's say you have a dog, right? Like you have a puppy and you're like playing with her or him like every single day for 3 months straight. The dog gets older and now you just leave his ass in the backyard. I mean, that's fucking normal. And then I think that's what's happening here. However, it does seem kind of shady. Like even though he's trying not to hurt her feelings, when you like cross that trust barrier, I feel like
that's huge. Yeah, that's like a huge deal.
So it's legit for her to feel like, well, what else did you try not to hurt my feelings for?
Right. No, exactly. Not only that, because I mean, I completely agree with that. It's you kind of take the relationship for granted. That's what you mean by autopilot, right?
Yeah.
But I also feel like girls have a tendency of venting to everyone else and saying, hey, these are my problems, help me out with it, what do you think? Tell me what and it's like, tell me what I want to hear, but it's like, when it comes down to actually telling the person that it involves and it's directly affecting, they have a really hard time doing it. And I'm guilty of that, definitely, I'm guilty of that, because I guess I can only speak for myself. I don't know how it is for the person that wrote it for me, but for me, I always want to make sure that I'm not being bitchy or naggy or overly emotional. But then just reading this message makes me feel like, well, I mean, if you feel a way about something, there's nothing wrong with presenting it to the person that's making you feel this way. Even if it's like self-induced, even if it's all in your own head, I still feel it's really important to sit down and not be elementary about it and like, well, you know what, you just hurt my feelings. And then like act that way. It's like, hey, you know what? I don't know, maybe I'm being like, I'm overreacting, but I'm kind of feeling this way. What do you think? And I think if you approach it that way, it should be a lot easier to discuss it.
And there's a huge difference between telling it exactly how you feel versus implying it. Because I know a lot of girls are guilty, even a lot of guys actually, they're really guilty of going, honey,
it's like passive aggressive.
Yeah, we haven't had dinner for like the last 3 weeks alone. And then the guy's like, oh, okay, well, why don't we schedule something for next Saturday? And then she's like, oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. And then she's like, and then later she'll go off and go tell her friend, I told him. I was like, duh, we haven't had dinner for 3 weeks. Excuse me, get the drift. But like for guys, I don't think they get it. So like what you really have to do is just be like straight up like, yo, we used to fuck all the time. We don't fuck no more. When we are fucking, your parents are there. This shit's fucking weird.